Welcome, Taurus. Taurus rising, those with their moons in Taurus, to October. Well, today we're going to talk about your astrology, and we're going to pull some cards for you as well from our decks, as well as a special guest deck, the Tarot, the Enchanted Soul Tarot by Yasmin Westwood as well. So stay tuned for a lot of excitement. Now, Taurus, let's just talk about Libra season, right? You know, this is a lot with the sun in Libra in your 6th house. So there's a lot of focus on your day-to-day. 6th house is just like when you wake up in the morning till you go to bed at night, Taurus, what happens in your daily life. And there's quite a bit of health stuff there too. So health, pets, and basically your day-to-day life and your work or your co-workers or how you work, that kind of thing too can be accentuated for Libra season. So that's kind of a main theme here. However, we're still getting off that, new moon in Virgo. I hope you watched that video. That was on September 21st. That was in a solar eclipse. This is a big thing for the next 6 months. And that was in your 5th house of the children. So it could be, health of the children, the day-to-day lives of your children. But the 5th house also has stuff about romance. And it's your fun house and your creative house. So it could be like your day-to-day life, Taurus, is changing because you're becoming more creative. Maybe you're starting to sell your creations. Maybe you're deciding to start an entrepreneurship or a side gig as well for some fun and some extra money. The 5th house is a lot about the fun. I love the 5th house for you. So that's good. There is the South Node, which looks like a horseshoe. The South Node lets go. So there's some cleanup, maybe. Some cleanup in the 5th house, too. It could be you're letting go of certain networks, friendships, acquaintances. Maybe you're letting go of one of your businesses. Like maybe you're like me and you have 2 or 3 businesses going at the same time and you're letting go of one of them. That could be too. Or it could be like you're letting go of your child because the child is growing up and in some way leaving the nest, or just becoming, you're letting go of the little baby and it's maturing, like going through, like when the child goes through puberty and becomes a teenager, that kind of vibe, sort of letting go of the young toddler vibe, and now it's into this more adulty, right, vibe that you're getting, Taurus. So that could be definitely a thing too. All this sort of letting go of stuff though is leading, because I look at your North Node where you should be looking forward to, with Saturn in there bringing you some guidance, responsibility there. Saturn's a little stern, I guess, but he's the timekeeper. He or she's kind of like the queen and wants to make sure everything's done right. Okay. And this is all in your 11th house. So this is the people too. You are opening up the doors in your day-to-day life, Taurus, for new people in your life. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are changing careers too, and that's opening up the door to new people, new networks, and new money in the 11th house coming from your career of the 10th house. So there could be some money trickling in there for you as well. Just something to look at. One thing I love to look at for you, Taurus, is what's Venus doing, because Venus is your ruling planet. Venus was her name, and she loves the money, the luxury, and being a goddess, and all that kind of good stuff, the good vibes. But for you, Taurus, it's been in Virgo. Venus doesn't like being in Virgo, and it's going to be there until about October 12th. October 12th, that's my mom's birthday, and she's a Libra, and Libras are ruled by Venus too. Isn't that weird? Okay. That was a side note, sorry. But Taurus, there was stuff with your businesses or your children, or maybe even a romance that maybe wasn't perfect. Because Venus wasn't able to shine brightly when she's in Virgo, but she'll be moving into Libra on October 13th. So that's going to really shine up things for you, Taurus. So just if things have been kind of going crappy for a bit, just realize October 13th, it's gonna definitely, you'll see a significant rise up, and good feelings, Taurus, and especially in your health, especially in your day-to-day life. Things become interesting and beautiful again with that sixth house activation for you. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get a new pet. Maybe some goats. I don't know. I'm just making that up. Chickens or goats might be a thing, or maybe a new pet. But in any case, your day-to-day life brightens up, beautifies, and because Venus loves being in Libra. So that's going to be good for you, you know. So just wait until October 13th, okay, Taurus? There is a little bit of friction with you with contracts and commitments. With Mercury and Mars in Scorpio, Scorpio is your opposite sign. There's a little bit, I would say, of tension with some of maybe your husband or wife, for example, or maybe something at work. The seventh house is like your close one-on-ones and your contracts and commitments. There could be a little tension, we would say, but remember, just go back to Venus in Libra, keep the peace. Let's beautify something. Let's put a vase of fresh flowers on our kitchen table, right? Like, let's do something to heighten the vibration. Because you might feel a little bit of that Mercury and Mars in Scorpio that it causes a little bit of friction there, but that's okay. And just remember the new high vibe people, Taurus, that are coming into your life in that 11th house. So that's something to look forward to, you know. New networks, new organizations. The people could be like a cheat code for your game of life to expand. And always remember, Taurus, to have fun. It could be a good idea to go back to one of those hobbies you used to have. Maybe you liked volleyball, or maybe you liked wine and paint night, or maybe you liked playing guitar and it's still sitting in your closet. You know, it could be a good time to pull that stuff out here during October. I think you'd really enjoy that, and it brings pleasure and goodness to the regular day-to-day mundane life, right? And it boosts your health, which, like I said, you know, with Libra season is all about your sixth house of the health, the day-to-day, your co-workers, your work, and a little bit about your pets too. So that's interesting. Okay, let's pull a card for you, Taurus. We'll pull from our decks the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand and the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org as well. Okay, let's start with the Power of Eight Lenormand. This is for Taurus in October. What is a main theme or something we could talk about for Taurus? Not ready yet. There it is. Contracts and commitments. That was that Mercury in Scorpio. I think that once October 6th comes around, okay, Taurus, your seventh house, there is something new here. A new contract, a commitment. This could be a new job. This could be a new side gig that you start. This could be a new pet. This could also be a new contract for your health. Okay, Taurus, paying attention to your health, right? That's a big thing here as well. Number 25, 2 + 5 = 7. The seventh house, contracts and commitments, and that's Mercury in Scorpio October 6th, and then Mars in Scorpio throughout all of October for you in the seventh house. There is a lot, and I told you there'd be tension there. There'd be tension with some of the contracts and commitments, but if it's going to benefit you in your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day life, and it feels like pleasure, it feels like good in your heart, choose that contract. If it doesn't, and you're just doing contracts out of the feeling of obligation, that's the wrong thing, Taurus, to do, okay? Don't do things just because you feel obligated. Do it because you feel passionate about it, and it makes you feel healthy, and it makes you feel high vibe. Those are the contracts and commitments that you should sign your name on the dotted line for, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's pull a card from the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle as well. For Taurus in October. Inspiration surrounds me. There's that guitar I was telling you about in the closet that needs to come out, right? It's a forest and a full moon, but we've got that guitar, right? Isn't that funny? Inspiration surrounds me. Another 7, 4 plus 3. 43. 4 plus 3 equals 7. So there is a new contract to your body, your mental health as well. That's a big theme here for you. And realizing that inspiration is everywhere, and Taurus, with that full moon in Aries on October 6th, we do have a lot of the 12th house of spirituality, of the hidden, of the imagination, of connecting with your spirit guides, of connecting with your higher self, and all that creation stuff. Inspiration surrounds me, and that's everywhere. So that looks good for you, Taurus. Indeed, that 12th house is a lot about mental health too. So, there is, how do we free ourselves from mental health issues, right? Well, we have fun, we get creative, maybe play instruments, do those hobbies that used to bring us pleasure. All that stuff, Taurus, can be very helpful for your health in general. Okay, so that looks interesting. I would like to pull one more card from the Enchanted Soul, Tarot of the Enchanted Soul by Yasmin Westwood. Okay, such a cute deck. And this is for Taurus in October. Look at the gold edging. I love that. All right. Ooh, and the train's going by. I can hear the train. It's validation. Ooh, I got tingles. Ooh, Taurus. All right. So for October, Taurus, what kind of tarot card could we, what's some extra messages of goodness here? Oh, wow. The Ace of Wands. Look at that. This is a new aha moment for you. And this has a lot to do with your environment too. The Wands itself. This is about your immediate environment, of which we can change, right? We can't change all these things going on around the world and all that, but we can change our immediate environment to make it more efficient, to make it healthier. And there is a lot of energy on your side to do that, Taurus. Okay? The energy, the inspiration. And what was that card we got in the inspiration surrounds me? Inspiration. Look at that. So much of that word. Write that word down in your calendar. Inspiration. Okay. And so this is about having creation, passion projects too, which we talked about as well. And this is the potential and the optimism. Ace of Wands. How exciting. All right, Taurus, this is just scratching the surface, and this was a general reading, but if you're interested, come see me for a personal one-on-one reading where we dive deep into your cards, stars, and spirit to learn more, to up-level in your game of life, okay? Come see me. I'm Trina at www.themoontree.org, helping you navigate life's energies. Thanks, Taurus. Please like, share, subscribe. All those things. I appreciate that. And I'll see you in the next one.